went online to switch your car insurance to Progressive so you could save money. But then you saw a friend request from an old summer camp buddy. And now here you are, clicking through photos of his kickball team from 2011. Looks like they won the championship that year. Then he moved to Tulsa. Oh, a new tattoo. Yes, they said it was easy to save hundreds on car insurance with Progressive, but they forgot about the rest of the internet. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National average savings by new customer surveyed who saved in 2019.
Not just the winningest all-time handicapper in terms of units won, but the hottest handicapper on earth. Folks, I'm Joe Duffy, CEO of OffshoreInsiders.com, and here is your sports betting podcast for Tuesday, April the 21st. We've got a free Major League Baseball pick coming up. We've got NBA trends for both the side and the over-under, as well as we are going to take a look at the public betting trends at the Sportsbooks. Joe Duffy's picked 66 and 54 with 55 underdog winners in Major League Baseball. Yes, after 120 picks, we have won more underdog picks than we've lost all picks combined. That's how good we are. 18 winners were of $1.30 or more. Promises made, promises delivered. We explained to you why the steroid era ending is great for gamblers. 3-2 in the NBA playoffs. We've got a wise guy play led by the first bounce back angle of the postseason. Of course, the bounce back, the much prettier sister of the zigzag. We've got 9 Major League Baseball underdogs continuing a spectacular season. 10 winning picks in all from the Grandmaster, Joe Duffy's picks at OffshoreInsiders.com, www.offshoreinsiders.com. Now let's take a look at some NBA trends for tonight. All records are against the spread. Washington at Toronto. Washington has covered 4 straight on the road against teams with a winning home record. They're 5-1 in the conference quarterfinals, 5-1 overall on the road, 7-2 following a spread win. However, Washington 4-13 when playing on 2 days rest. The underdog is 6-1 in the series. The road team is 6-1 in the series. Toronto 4-9 at home against teams with a losing road record, 7-16 at home overall. 2-10 against teams with a winning straight-up record. Some over-under trends. Washington is going over 8-1 when playing on 2 days rest. The Washington has. Meanwhile, Toronto has gone under 6 straight with 2 days rest. And the series has gone under 7 of 8 north of the border. Dallas and Houston. Dallas 18-7 in the conference quarterfinals, but they are an awful 13-30 versus the West overall, going back, of course, to the regular season. 6-15 overall run. 3-14 on the road against teams with a winning home record. And they're 1-9 on the road against teams with a home winning percentage of greater than 600. Houston, meanwhile, has covered 5 straight in the conference quarterfinals. They are 8-1 when their opponent scores 100 points or more their previous game. 8-1 at home against teams with a winning road record. Houston is 19-7 overall at home and 20-8 after scoring 100 points or more in their previous contest. As far as the series is concerned, Houston is both 5-1 overall and 5-1 at home in the series. Dallas has gone over 7 straight. They've gone over 7 straight to the Western Conference as well, and over 6 straight after scoring 100 or more in their previous contest. Houston has gone over 8 consecutive home games and over 13-6 against teams with a winning percentage of above 600. Boston against Cleveland. Boston is 6-1 after allowing 100 points or more in their previous game. 12-3 on the road against teams with a winning home record. 23-9 when their opponent scores 100 points or more their previous game. 34-16 overall. Cleveland 7-1 when their opponent scores 100 points or more their previous game. 15-7 at home. 0-5 when playing on 1 day rest. The series has been covered by the home team for the last 5, and Cleveland is 6-2 at home in the series. Cleveland, now let's take a look at some over-under trends. Boston has gone over 15-6 to the NBA Central. Cleveland has gone under 39-18 when playing on 1 day rest. Again, Joe Duffy's picks is leading OffshoreInsiders.com, but Stevie Vincent also on fire. Check and see what Stevie Vincent has for tonight. We're going to take a look at the NBA betting trends, where the public is betting and how the odds have moved. Your odds report coming up. But first of all, your free winner for tonight from the Grandmaster, me, Joe Duffy of Joe Duffy's Picks, offshoreinsiders.com. This is an actual premium pick. Boston and Miley plus 117 against Tampa Bay and Archer. Yeah, I got to admit, big reason for our success. We have an early season underdog angle that is absolutely ridiculously successful. Has some very specific parameters, but it has won 207.40 units. That is based on 1 unit per bet. So yes, historically, you would be the equivalent of 207 games above 500 after the juice. Now, those of you who have been following this for a while, it did jump up a little bit all of a sudden because I realized, I had been defining an underdog as getting a pick or better, but in reality, an underdog in baseball can lay up to 104, and when we redefine it more accurately, the units won did win. Now, starting pitchers with an ERA above 10 who are not getting at least 130 are actually solid bets at 236 and 212 for plus 14.2 units. Oh, folks, that's far from impressive, and this really doesn't even qualify as corroborating data, winning just 14 units over, 450 games or so. But what it does tell us is not to be deterred by the rough start of Wade Miley, although then again, anytime you can turn a profit over 450 picks minus the juice, it is something to pay attention to. Again, that's minus the juice. So Tampa Bay's dropped 3 straight. They're 1-5 at home for minus 4.2 units this year, hitting just 202. The road team is 3-0, and Chris Archer starts the season. Wade Miley is 2-0 to Tampa with an ERA of .68 and a whip of 1.050. Archer 1-4 to Boston with an ERA of 6.03 and a whip of 1.805. The Rays are 1-7 in Archer's last 8 starts as a home favorite of less than 150. Now, the odds report for the NBA playoffs. Cleveland has remained a steady 11-point favorite over Boston, and the total has remained steady at 207. You can get 207.5 some places. 71% of the public betting on the side is betting with Cleveland. 77% like them on the money line. 56% of the public, though, expects this game to go under the total. And remember, the public tends to prefer over, so that's moderately significant that they like the under. Toronto is hosting Washington. This has remained pretty steady as far as the side. Toronto very steady at 5. The total's going up a little bit, open at 190.5, now up to 192.5. 61% of the betting public likes Toronto, 59% on the money line like them, and 59% of the public going with the over. But again, with the public's tendency to go with the over, there's really nothing significant to report there. Houston is hosting Dallas. Houston opened at 6.5. It's down to 6. The total opened at 214. It is up to 215.5. And no real surprises here. 62% liking the favorite, the Houston Rockets. 57% of them on the money line. And a slight edge, though, to the under. 53% of the betting public do like the under. Now, you want to check those odds live, just go to offshoreinsiders.com, click on our fantasy and sportsbook links. Fantasy baseball, you can bet, win tons of money. Just visit offshoreinsiders.com if you want to invest in sports. Essentially, we've got everything you need to know. www.offshoreinsiders.com.
Want to keep little hands busy at home? The Home Depot has free kids workshop kits with everything you need to get started. Pick up a new one in store starting the first Saturday of every month. Then head to homedepot.com/kids for a project guide that's easy to follow along with, plus loads of other kid-friendly content. Kids can't wait to get their hands on them. Find out more at homedepot.com/kids. Free kids workshop kits, only from the Home Depot. How doers get more done. While supplies last, U.S. only.